All right, apparently I left off the first part of the homework for 6.1, so converting radicals into rational exponents. There's a simple little pattern that you're going to use. Whatever number is on the inside is going to be at the top of the fraction. Whatever number is the root of the radical is going to be the bottom. So it would look like something like this. If we had a 3 here, a 2 here, and a 4 here. The inside exponent, which is the 4, is going to be the top of the fraction. The root of the radical, this would make it the third root, or the index, would be the bottom of the fraction, and the number that's inside that's not an exponent would be the base. So this would be 2 to the 4 over 3. And that pattern is going to continue. Whatever number you have inside is the top of the fraction, whatever is the root of the radical is outside. Now, if you happen to have one that does not have a root, so for instance, the square root of 3 to the 4th, whenever we have a square root, the index is always 2. We never write it because square root comes up the majority of time, so we just assume that it's a 2. So this would be 3 to the 4 over 2, which would actually simplify to 3 squared. The same thing would be true if you don't have an exponent on the inside. So let's take the 5th root of 10. There's no exponent on the inside, so this would become 10 to the 1 over 5. Much like the square root of 10 would be 10 to the 1 over 2. Now, whenever you have other numbers, that would be my youngest trying to be mischievous, if you heard that evil but cute smile. Let's take the 4th root of 10 cubed. This is going to give you 10 to the 3 over 4. Now, the last case you could have would be something like this, where you have x to the negative 2 and you have a 3. So whenever you have a negative, you still follow the same pattern. The difference is you can't ever end up with a negative exponent. So the first step you would do to write this out would be x to the negative 2 over 3. But since we can't have that negative exponent, the way we get rid of negative exponents is the same way we would do with any other negative exponent. We put a 1 on top of it. So this would become 1 over x to the 2 thirds. And that's how you convert these things back and forth.